How's it going, everybody? Rybread here today, and I'm going to be bringing you the draft and the second, or is this the third offseason? I can't even remember. Anyway, we're going to head into the draft here, but before we go ahead and do that, I just like to thank you all for your continued support on these past couple of videos. It's just exciting to see you guys watch them and interact with them, and it just makes me want to produce more. So as I produce new videos, if you guys want to stay up to date, there's a subscribe button down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Go ahead and press that, and you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. All right, so shameless plug aside, let's go ahead and get into the 2018 NHL entry draft. Now, if you remember, we traded away our first round pick, and I was thinking about trading for, or just trading away Matt Moulson. I doubt we're going to get this pick with what we have. And besides, we're not the kind of team that needs to be trading away a lot of talent for a top-end pick. See, Nylander still hasn't grown, so hopefully he'll grow eventually. Let's see here. Some of the guys I said in the last video that we would want to get rid of would be either Matt Moulson or Schuster. Now, there's Matt Moulson down there. He's very unhappy, so I don't know. We might be able to get a fourth, not even, geez, maybe a fifth, sixth, or seventh for him. He's got 2 years left on a really terrible deal. $5 million for that. He's not good at all. And then Schuster, who I believe has a tiny bit of trade value, so maybe we can lump those two together because, as we can see here, we'll just go ahead and sort by overall. We got Risto, Fowler, Kulikov, Bogosian, McCabe, and then Bean can step right in for where Schuster was. Besides, I'd rather have Bean at 20 playing than Schuster at 27 because Schuster's not going to grow anymore. And they've got the same length on their contract. Yeah, it's just, I think it would be good to pair Jake Bean, the offensive defenseman, with Jake McCabe, the defensive defenseman. So we're going to go ahead here and see what teams want Schuster and what teams want Moulson as well. There he is. So we're obviously not going to get a first round pick for this, but I might be able to trade Schuster away for a decent pick, maybe a second rounder. And you can actually still get some good players in the second round. So it doesn't look like they want to give up their second, but it's the trade value is kind of even. So we'll go ahead and trade away Schuster and see if the second round will go through. They say it's woefully insufficient. Who's still... Alright, I gotta find who wants Schuster. Just give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. I think this trade would work. Schuster would go to the Blackhawks because I don't think they have a ton of defenseman depth. I know they're pretty top-heavy when it comes to players and whatnot. He would be a good... he would go start playing over Van Riemsdyk. I mean, they have a lot of average players, but he would really solidify the top six for them. So him and Brian Campbell would play together on that third pairing. Their first is the last pick in the first round. If you guys remember that they won the Stanley Cup. So this one might go through, and it should make us better in the long run. I am giving up our second, but essentially I'm just moving up in the second round because it's the very last pick in the first round. So I might still be able to get someone decent, but you never know. But we unload Schuster's salary, so we'll go ahead and propose the trade, and it's accepted. Awesome. So Schuster's terrible contract is gone. We have a first-round pick now, so I'm glad that deal went through because it makes me a lot happier because our second rounder was later in the second round anyway. So we're not going to swing Matt Moulson for a second-round pick. That's guaranteed. But we can swing him for maybe a 6th or 7th round pick. So I'm going to go ahead and throw him in the trade here, and I will go find somebody to trade him to. Unfortunately, his morale is very bad, so his trade value is even lower. Give me a minute. I can't give up Matt Moulson. I just can't get rid of him. Nobody wants to take on his contract. So we'll go ahead and simulate up to our draft pick. Get the draft underway. Let's see who went first overall, though, and what their potential is. Hopefully, EA Sports, I know, has had some trouble keeping decent drafts with deep players. Ooh, they missed out on Veleno, this medium elite playmaker. They had took the offensive defenseman, but he was only a high top 4. There's another. Ooh, Dahlin would have been good for them to take. I think I was eyeing him up when we were scouting. I looked through the players and the scouting report. So I'll go ahead here. Now that we have a first-round pick again, we actually have a chance of a decent player. No, I don't think he's going to be a high elite, or not even high elite, excuse me, medium elite or low elite. I doubt that we're going to find a player of that caliber now, but 7th D-man is the best we can get. I think it'll go up to top 6 defenseman. That's kind of what we need. Let's see, down here we have AHL top 6, so that would be bottom 6, top 9, probably. No guarantees though. So we'll go ahead and take what we think is a sure thing is a top 6 defenseman, and take this guy. Oh, let's check out his name first. From America, Vince Para. His name is Vince. Or MacArthur. No, I think we're gonna go ahead here and take the two-way defender from the United States of America. And he is, I don't even get to see what my player was. Lots of suspense and hype. And he's a medium top 6 defenseman. So he's not going to amount to be much. He's not going to be too great, but hopefully he'll be something. He could even be trade bait. Can I trade him away now is the question. Maybe I could put him with Molson and then we could see if somebody will actually want Molson. So I'm going to leave this part in the video for you guys so that you can see if you can trade recently drafted players. Yep, there he is. He's got moderate trade value. He's 63 overall, 18, two-way defenseman. So I'm going to put him there because I think we have enough defenseman depth in the organization. And then left wingers, Matt Molson. We'll see if we can package these two together to somebody that it would kind of make sense for. They're a hopeful. Maybe they'll want him. And then maybe I can get a decent draft pick in return. You never know. Oh, God, I hate when it does this. And then it gets all screwy. We'll take a 4th back for this. I mean, it's highway robbery, but they're doing me a favor by taking Matt Molson. Wow. Let's see if I just retain just a little bit. Just 1 million. That's still clearing 4 million of the cap. Maybe I wouldn't even have to do that. And it's accepted. Oh, thank God. Whew, so I didn't even have to throw him in there. Thank God. After all that searching for him, all I had to do was retain 1 million of his salary for 2 years. That's not too bad considering the increase in the salary cap. Also, we didn't have to get rid of our first-round pick, so there's another positive. Another defenseman who maybe I could use as trading assets, or maybe we can keep him in the organization and see how he grows, because I think we still have Brendan Gooley, not 100% sure. And I think we still have, we have Cal Foote and we have Jake Bean, who are both growing incredibly, so I think they're going to be starters. I know Jake Bean is going to be a starter this year because we traded away Schuster for that first-round pick, but so AHL top 6 is bottom. This power forward here could be somebody of interest because he's got the medium potential. We'll go by projected round though, and league interest. So I don't want to take any more defensemen. He's going to be a bottom 6 forward guaranteed, so maybe we could shore up the centers and just forward depth, because I know we don't have a ton of forward depth, but he might be able to be somebody that steps in. Well, he's 5'11", 180 power forward. And I guess he's a grinded out kind of guy. I don't know why he wouldn't be a grinder then, but you never know. So we're going to go take the sure thing bottom 6 forward. Medium bottom 6, I'm fine with that. We have a 4th round pick now as well. I think our first one is Columbus. Yeah, oh wow, we have actually back-to-back picks. Cool. I don't usually get back-to-back picks. In the later rounds, though, it doesn't always matter when you draft. So we'll go ahead here. This AHL top 6 should be a bottom 6 forward in the NHL. So we'll go ahead and take the right winger. What is he? He's a two-way forward. They're both two-way forwards, so we'll go ahead and take the guy from America, just taking a bunch of Americans. Maybe going to make, hey, a medium bottom 6. I'll take it. Just make Team America great. Maybe we can oust Team Canada with just putting all of our draft picks, all of our Americans down in there. Oh, are there any goalies, I wonder? Because I know goalies are good for trading. AHL backup means they'll probably be an AHL starter. This guy might actually be a fringe starter, although he's projected to be undrafted, so you never know. He's projected to be undrafted, so we can wait. So you guys are getting a little bit of a look into my drafting strategy. I try to look at the potential because it fluctuates a little bit from there, and I think this guy's actually going to be a 7th D man, where these guys are going to be bottom 6 forwards. I guess I can get another bottom 6 forward. We'll take the, you know what? We'll stick with the trend of picking all boys from the US of A. Another American, welcome to the team, Brust and Climby. I probably butchered that. But we're getting decent value picks now. We're in the later rounds, 118th overall. You can't expect to get top 6 forwards or anything like that. Top 4 defensemen. But you can hope to get some decent players. I think these are our 5th round picks, so maybe I won't stretch too far. We'll take Pominville, if any of you Sabres fans remember. Maybe this is his younger brother, you never know. Maybe he'll turn in to be a Sabres legend. Low 7th D, he's got some trade value. I kind of am looking to trade some of these guys now, just because I don't think they're going to grow into anything. Bottom 6 forwards. I'd rather trade them for higher round picks that'll become more valuable and so on. You just flip and you become higher and higher and higher. We'll go ahead and then now I think we'll go ahead and grab one of those goalies that looks to be something. We're going to take our first Canadian in the draft. The low AHL backup. Hopefully his potential goes up like I predicted. Low AHL starter. Okay. So it didn't do as well as I thought, but it never hurts to have a couple goalies because goalies actually have decent trade value in NHL. So if you guys are looking to scam the game a little bit and looking for those draft tips and what do I do here, I highly recommend you go ahead and pick up some goalies in the draft in the later rounds, some goalies that you think might become something. Sniper from Russia is an option. A whole bunch of AHL bottom 6 that are going to be AHL top 6 forwards. So we can go ahead and look at goalies again. AHL backup probably means he's going to be, Jay Porter Jr. James Porter Jr. I just like the name, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. Hopefully he'll be something. Medium AHL starter, again, I can probably flip him for a pick next year, but not a whole lot as far as value here. It's a later round in the year 2 draft, so you're not going to find a ton of great assets here. Now we'll just go ahead and draft based on just who's up top here. Other defensemen, nobody really interesting. He's probably going to be an AHL top 6, so he could actually. I've heard they actually kind of can grow to be a decent overall. So I'm not going to try and say it's actually Marcus Silvegaard, maybe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to learn how to say all these names, but a medium top 6 forward, I'll take that in the AHL anyway, not in the NHL. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to get these kind of players. Beef up the AHL squad, make those young guys learn what winning is like, so they can translate it up to the NHL. Actually, my draft video was one of my most watched videos in the past, so I thank you guys a lot for that one. There's more to come. I mean, the more you guys watch, the more I'm willing to put out. I mean, also, if you guys want to see like Be a Pros and stuff like that, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. Oh God, there's nothing. We'll take a defenseman. Why not? Just him, because. And I think that's it for us in the draft. Awesome. So I think overall it's a successful draft, with going in with almost no draft picks and coming out with the amount of picks we had. We traded Schuster away for a first round pick, and we got rid of Matt Molson's awful contract. We did have to retain $1 million of it, but I'd rather retain $1 million than retain all 5 and have him just be locker room cancer. Now, I think this is going to be Marcus Foligno because he's pissed I traded away Matt Molson, but really changes the locker room. He's not happy. All right, so he does enjoy the demanding approach. So that's good to know for the future. We'll go ahead and get to the re-sign phase because this is the most challenging part of it. 10 players that are going to be RFAs. Yeah, if anything, if I can't agree to a contract with Eichel and Reinhart, because those are the two guys I definitely want to re-sign. Fowler, too. So we'll go ahead and go all expiring contracts and sort by overall so we can get these guys signed first. So we're going to definitely go ahead and offer Jack Eichel a contract. We'll give him how much? Ooh, I think that 4-year deal might actually be or a 5-year deal at $8 million, I think is what he would accept. So that's $8 million there, which means we now have $19 million to re-sign a lot of these players. I think I can let Delorier go. He's 27. I'd rather let the younger guys take his spot, like these guys down here. Ooh, Cal Foote becomes a UFA next offseason. I think he's good enough to play in the AHL. We'll go ahead and offer him an entry-level 2-way contract. Oh, why not? I'll just go ahead and give him that just because he doesn't want the max. Awesome. He doesn't look too much. Anyway, let's stay focused on the top players, and we'll go ahead and figure out the AHL in a second. Good news is Sam Reinhart is willing to sign for $5.875 for 3 years. I'll definitely do that deal. Let's see if we can get him to do like $5.5 million for 3 years, just because he hasn't really proven himself all that much. He's had a couple good seasons, but I think $5.5 million for 3 years is a good is good for both of us, both parties here. So that's $13 million down, I think, if I'm doing the math right in my head. That leaves us with $14 million to sign Fowler, Kane, and a bunch of other players. So good news is I think we'll be able to get it done. So he doesn't appear to want a ton. So we'll give him that 5-year deal like Jack Eichel, 5 years at $5 million. Yeah, we'll leave it at $5 million. $500,000 less than he wants. It's no big deal. And then we'll go ahead and offer Evander Kane a contract. How many years? Oh boy, he wants a decent amount of money. We'll put him on a 4-year contract. I mean, he hasn't done a ton for us, so we'll go ahead and give him 5.75. So hopefully we'll be able to sign everybody that wants to. I'll go ahead and I'm actually going to advance a day here. I miss the old days of last gen when you would just press the Y button and it would advance a day. Instead, I have to go out here. Come on. Hopefully I did the math right and we were able to sign everybody. Yes. And there we go. So now we have plenty of players. Well, anyway, our top players have re-signed. Now we just got to fill out the depth in the roster. We still have $5 million, so that's another bonus. I didn't think we're actually going to have that much cap space, but guys like Carrier, I think, and Baptiste might want one-way contracts, but we'll go ahead. Oh, so he's willing to accept a 2-way contract. I'll sign him for 3 years. Falk, he'll just be depth down there in the AHL. He wants a 2-way contract for 1 year because I don't think he's going to see much playing time, if any. So we'll go ahead and sign him. Get him done. Ooh. Yes, he's interested in a 2-way contract. But we'll go ahead and 2 years, why not? For Baptiste, Justin Bailey. See, high AHL top 6 potential can actually grow into decent players. These kind of guys, these younger guys that are kind of growing, I'm going to sign for 3 years just because it makes it easier on me. They're signed for longer and they're not really going to get replaced either. So Evan Rodriguez actually got called up to the NHL in real life for a little bit while the Sabres were dealing with injuries, and he actually looked pretty good. So, I mean, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, he should be rated higher, and all these players that do well for a couple games. And it's just, you got to remember that, you know, EA Sports doesn't make their ratings based off on a couple games or how you feel about them. It's all about how, you know, it's pretty accurate if you think about it, like, because a couple, like, Sabres fans are biased, I would say, towards their players. I'll offer these guys a contract, they're entry-level deals. and Makinen, I think. And I think that's all that we're going to re-sign, just because I think we are going to have enough in the system. I offered 11 contracts, and that would be 50 players, I think, under contract. So hopefully I didn't miscalculate anything, and we're able to re-sign all of the players we wanted. Yes, yes. Oh, he rejected the contract. So, okay. So Baptiste rejected his contract. I think he'll be a good fourth line player, so I kind of want him to come back. So we'll go ahead and go all expiring contracts. Yeah, he's an 80 overall at 22 with top 9 potential. So what does he want? Oh, maybe I have to give him 1 year because that's all. He'll probably grow enough where he wants a one-way contract next year. We still have 4.13 million in cap space, which is awesome, to say the least. So we can let Nielsen go, but we'll re-sign Johansson because we have these two guys. We'll actually flood. We'll sign Nielsen because I think he's listed as a backup goalie. Never mind. We'll go sign a minor starting goalie. We'll go ahead and release him. So Porter Jr., yeah, these two guys, I kind of swung and missed on the pick here, but Flood's starter potential. He grew somewhat, but not too bad. So we'll go ahead and sign Johansson again. He's going to be down in the minors. I'll give him a two-way contract, or a yeah, it'll be two ways, but 2-year contract as well. So looking at that, our roster is actually looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and just look at centers here. So we got Eichel, O'Reilly, Bonino, and Gergensons. I really like that core. Bonino's contract is up next year, and then down in the AHL we have O'Reilly, Rodriguez, Zaluski, and McNeely. So perfect. These guys down here, their overall isn't too great, but we drafted Brust. He's 17 years of age, so that's not too bad. Maybe he'll grow a lot. Left wingers, we have Evander Kane, signed him for $575. So there's our first 3. Actually, Reinhardt was playing the left wing. I remember because him and Okposo are our 2 best. So we might need to go looking for wingers because I don't think we have a ton of good wingers. And with that $4 million, I don't know how many great players we're going to be able to sign. But hopefully somebody grows. Hopefully like a guy like Alex Nylander can make the jump and become an NHL level player. We just got him on his rookie deal, so hopefully he'll grow. Okposo, Reinhardt, and these are our first 2 line guys, and then we have Kane and Larson on our second line, Foligno and Carrier on our third line, and our fourth line is probably going to be Baptiste and maybe Bailey or Asplund. No, probably Bailey. We might have to sign some depth forwards because I think our top 9, or not our top 9. Our top 6. Excuse me. I think our top 6 is going to be okay. And then defenseman-wise, I'm really happy with this team defensively. So we have Fowler and Risto, Bogosian, Kulikov, and McCabe and Bean. I really like that. Down in the AHL, we have Falk, Fadoon, Foote, Nelson, and then Gooley and Austin. So Gooley's going to get some actual ice time. I don't think he actually got some ice time. Yeah, I never saw him. Oh, he got 6 games in there, probably because somebody got hurt, and he had 4 points. So good points. Maybe he'll grow. All right, so I think that does it for the re-sign phase for us. I don't think anybody else is going to be in expiring. So we'll go ahead and advance the day. We'll go ahead and Baptiste and Johansson accepted. So awesome. So now let's get into free agency. I think we have $4 million. I said earlier, $4 million in cap space, which is perfect. We don't have to. We're not going to go after a giant, big name player. Hopefully, there's something out there that we can go ahead and sign. Vlasic at age 31, 91 overall, is out there. But we don't really need a top line guy. See, like these guys right here would be more of guys that I'd be willing to look at, but it's also just one guy. Maybe a guy like Kennedy or Tolusti, because we'll go ahead and, because I don't want to give up any draft picks, we'll go ahead and look at unrestricted free agents and forwards, because I don't think we need any defensemen. So Burmistrov and Kennedy are 2 guys that we could look at. They want 3 years, so that kind of fits in with the timeline. Bozak here. We don't have enough cap space for either of those guys. But 1.5 and 2.6 is 4.1, so we might not have enough for those guys either. Burmistrov's not going to grow, so ignore his top 9 because he's 26. They don't usually grow after that. Do they want? Will he accept? Oh, I guess I could get Delorier back as a good fourth line grinder. He's a good penalty killer. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I might sign Kennedy and Delorier. So hopefully, if I give Delorier 1.9 for 2 years, I'll actually sign him to a 1-year contract. He could be a decent trade bait. So go ahead and offer him. And Kennedy, or do I want Burmistrov? I think Burmistrov is too expensive, in my opinion. We have a fourth line center in Gergensons. It's just winger depth is what I'm worried about, especially since we don't have a ton of cap space either to go signing these guys. So Peary's actually a sniper. And Kennedy's a two-way forward. Peary has a decent shot and is moderately fast and doesn't really lack defensive awareness. They're about the same kind of player, but I think I'm going to sign Peary. He's cheaper, first of all. And secondly, he's a better offensive option. He's listed as a depth forward too, so maybe he'll be okay with being scratched every once in a while, depending on how things go. So we'll go ahead and look at the goalies now, because we need to sign a minor starting goalie. Ooh, so they lost a lot of players in San Jose. I think I was looking at San Jose a little bit to trade with, but let's see here. This guy is a minor starter, so we'll go ahead and sign Wedgwood for 0.9. He wants a 2-way contract. Perfect. I'll see if no, I'll give him 1 year at 9. That's fine. So let's see here. Hopefully Delorier and I think it was Toulouse will accept our contract right away. Oh, crap. This is the issue I ran into last year. I don't have a ton of cap space again. But interested. Let's see. Oh, only one team are interested in those players. Approached. There we go. That's who we've approached. Because I'm just curious as to who we've gone after, and we're the only team that wants to go after them. Anyway, so let's see who's going after. Only one team is interested in Vlasic. Let's go ahead and check who that is. Minnesota. Minnesota is interested in Vlasic, and 4 teams are actually interested in Paul Stastny. Calgary, Montreal, San Jose, and Toronto. I'd really like Toronto not to get him. And Tampa Bay is interested in Jack Johnson. See, a guy like Cam Atkinson would be perfect for that second line, but we don't have the cap space to sign him because we're very tied up elsewhere. I mean, Matt Murray's not taking a lot of cap space, but guys like Eichel, Reinhart, this year was the big year for contracts. Let's just say that. That's the easier way to put it. All right, I'm going to go back and check again. See, this is where just pressing the Y button, like I said earlier, would be so much easier. We're going to go all skaters and approached. Yep, and yep, only one team, and that's us. So hopefully we'll be able to get them back. I know I could have just Delorier, Peary, and Wedgwood. Perfect. Maybe there's some players for the AHL squad I would want to. That's just stupid. Sorry, it just said if you caught it at the top, anxiety with his new team, but it was Delorier who we just literally cut, and then I re-signed him, which first of all was probably just stupid. In hindsight, because we could have just kept him and he wouldn't have wanted a ton. I could have probably signed him for less if I re-signed him this year. But so we have 2.25 million in cap space. I don't know if I want to go spend it. Maybe on a guy like Booth. But I don't know how much I want to tie down. A guy like Brad Richardson could be a good AHL player to call up, but we have plenty of centers, which is the problem. Joris, he's all right. And Erat, yeah. I'm gonna look at, oh, here's Van Riemsdyk, a good top 6 defenseman, but we already have Falk for that. Let's see if I can find some good defensive forwards to sign. Obviously, Vlasic is the best defensive player out there, but Atkinson as well. We'll go UFA too. Justin Williams. He's an 81 overall. He wants $1 million. He would be a good player for that 4th line as well. Philippe Danault. Is he? I didn't realize he was that old. Campbell's a guy that I think is going to have decent trade value. He's a depth forward too. Or Williams. Did I say Campbell? Anyway, he's 81 overall, and his defensive category is apparently pretty good. His defensive awareness, I mean, his senses are really good, which makes him valuable to me. Guy like Gregory Campbell also, he's a really good face-off guy. We could actually make Girgensons into a winger, and we could move him up off that 4th line if I got Campbell. So actually, I might go ahead and sign Campbell and then make Girgensons a winger. We'll give him 1.1, just a little bit more than he wants. We'll give him exactly what he wants. Why not? No other teams are interested in him, so we should be able to sign him. I'll just go ahead and take care of this player meeting, and then I'll advance a couple days, and hopefully we'll be able to sign all the players we wanted. You won't regret signing me. Yes, another player that likes the demanding approach. It's last year's number 2. I say that every time after a player meeting, but it's last year's 2nd choice. So hopefully Campbell wants to sign with us, because I'm letting a lot of days go by. And there we go. So he re-signed with, or he didn't re-sign with us, but he signed with us. And now we can go ahead and move Girgensons to the wing, which I think will benefit both Girgensons and the team. We don't have a ton of good wingers, so moving Girgensons to the wing would help this team, I think, a lot. I'll go ahead and do that now, actually. I think if he's left-handed, I might want to make him a left-handed. Yeah, he's left-handed, so I'll make him a left winger. He's not going to grow a ton more, so he's going to be he's probably going to be more of a third line left winger for us. But I actually do like putting him and Bonino on the same line. Left wing options now. It's going to be Kane, Larson, Girgensons, and Delorier or Carrier. So we have more wingers now. I can make Sam Reinhart a left winger too. Baptiste is up to an 82, so that's, I think, was he always an 82? He might have been. Anyway, that's good, nice to see. Rasmus Ristolainen's up to a 90. I think he was that, but I don't think anybody's jumped yet. I don't think this is the time when they jump. I think it's right after the re-sign phase is when young players jump up a little bit. So maybe Nylander will make the jump, and I'll be able to put Girgensons back at center, or he can be a complimentary winger. So we'll go ahead and simulate 2 next season, and then I'll go ahead and edit the lines, and I think it's about time we named a new captain. We've had a lot of older veteran players come through this organization, and we've had a lot of players, with some previous experience, like we had Sedin, and, Ryan O'Reilly's a great influence, but I think it's time to name a new captain. And I did read some of your guys' comments, and I saw his name pop up a couple times. So we'll go ahead and name this man the captain as soon as this stops simulating. All right, that took a little while, so I'm glad to be back, and we'll go ahead and check out our lines and see how everyone is doing and see what the computer says is best line. So Sam Reinhart's jumped up to an 89. Eichel's still a 91, but he's 21 with medium franchise potential. He's going to still grow. Reinhardt's 22 with medium elite, so he's probably around his potential. Ryan O'Reilly is an 88. Evander Kane is an 86. They put Peary on the second line for some reason instead of Larson. Baptiste is now an 84, so I might even want to move Baptiste up to that second line winger. Campbell is a 79. He dropped. Who's scratched? Carrier. Girgensons is scratched. And Zalewski. Okay. We'll go ahead and check out our defensive core. Jake Bean's now an 84. Wow. Yeah, I never expected him to grow this rapidly. His skating is absolute. Oh my, 97 speed? Oh my God. I wish I could play with him just once. Just use him. It's more crazy than a hut card. His offensive awareness is bad for an offensive defenseman, but he's 20, so I'm okay with it. He's durable, not too physical. Shooting wise, he's got a cannon of a shot, and it's somewhat accurate. But wow, just his skating is amazing. His defensive awareness is awesome. So I'm really happy with the pickup of Jake Bean. Now goalie wise, Matt Murray is an 87, and Scott Wedgwood is actually our backup goalie. Did they send Ryan Miller down to the AHL? Is he what? I'm so confused. All right. We'll go ahead and do best lines down here. Nylander, they put him on the second line behind Olofsson. He's a 78, so he's growing. Slowly but surely, he's growing ever so slightly. So the AHL squad's looking all right. Not too bad. Cale Foot's up to a 77. That's really good to see. Hey, he's 19. By the time he's 20, he's going to be on the starting roster, so we might need to clear a spot for him here. I don't know who will have to go, but we'll figure that out. Maybe Kulikov or Bogosian. Offensively, we'll go ahead and go best lines here. So there we go. Girgensons is now on the wing with Campbell and Delorier. Our third line looks like this. Our second line looks like this with Nick Baptiste. I like the power forward presence there. Eichel, Okposo, and Reinhart. Now that Reinhart's the better right wing, they moved Okposo to the left wing. Evander Kane, the sniper. I could make one of these guys a sniper. Not too sure though. So we could actually put O'Reilly here, swap him with Okposo, because I know he's going to get upset if he doesn't get a chance to play. So we'll go ahead and put Bonino in there, and that's in that second unit center. I mean, Jake Bean with McCabe. So yeah, I'm liking the looks of this team right now. Here are the lines quickly. I might do some changes before the next season. If you guys have any recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know, and I will change it, or at least look at it. I try to read everybody's comment. I don't get a lot of comments. I'm not that big of a YouTuber yet, but thanks to you guys, I'm growing bigger than I thought I would. I thought I would just post a couple of videos and then just give up on it, but you guys actually, it's nice to see that you guys actually want me to keep posting these videos. So Carrier is scratched. Delorier might be the guy to be left out. He's a fourth line forward, but maybe I could send Carrier down to the minors. Yeah, he's listed as a minor scoring forward. Maybe he'll grow a point or two more. I know he's not too happy with everything right now, but I liked having Delorier up here, and then Peary as a depth forward. Again, I could send him down and just call him up whenever, because we don't have waivers, so I don't have to worry about it. So here are the lines. And before I forget, I will actually go ahead and name that captain that I was talking about. Now, it may have already done it when I hit best lines, but I definitely think this is the best player on our team, and I definitely think, arguably, he is the best player on the team in real life. Plus, you guys said that he grows if he's captain, so we're going to strip Ryan O'Reilly of the captaincy and give it to the new man in town, our first line center, Jack Eichel, big man on campus. Kyle Okposo, I like that as an assistant captain. Alternate captain, Risto, I like that as well. I would like to give Ryan O'Reilly a captaincy. We'll go, actually, you know what, we'll take it away from Okposo and give it to Ryan O'Reilly. I think just that these two guys, they definitely lead by example. I know O'Reilly stays after practice and works his ass off. And Jack Eichel is just, he's been very vocal. If you guys didn't hear him after the back-to-back Boston losses in December before the Christmas break, I would definitely look that up. It's a really, really good interview, and it kind of shows you Jack Eichel's mentality and his influence. I think the team came out really well after that break, and I think he's already got a good influence within the locker room. So nobody wants to meet with me after that. So Jack Eichel, game morale for being the captain. We might have to make a couple trades. Baptiste, I know, isn't the second line winger we've dreamed about, but maybe he'll grow a little bit. Other than that, I kind of like the way things look. If you think I should put Girgensons back at the fourth line center, I like him as a winger just because he's not as good as faceoffs. and just overall, I think Campbell's better defensively. But yeah, so here are the lines. If you want something changed, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will get started with the second season in the next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button that's going to pop up at the top of your screen now. Bottom left of your screen if you want. The playlist, if you haven't seen all of them or you just want to make sure that you've seen the most recent one or didn't miss one, go ahead and click on the playlist down in the bottom left. And in the bottom right, I'm going to show you the best video for you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.